Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Endless Space 2. I'm Marcus Aurelius, and we are the Unfallen, the Tree People. And I'm looking at the Horatio theater of war right now, even though that's not the most active one. The one against the Cravers is the most active, but Horatio was able to break my blockade, and now is sending relatively small groups of ships, but ships nonetheless, out into my territories, which makes me a bit nervous. I don't necessarily believe he has what it takes to conquer them, although my population on them is not very high. But we need to deal with him quickly. And unfortunately, our fleets are a little outmatched, and we have new fleets coming, but slowly. Luckily, our manpower is improving, and hopefully the next turn we get to pick another research item, and we'll find something useful. Let's fight this Horatio first, though. So look at that, one ship, and they think it's almost enough to take us out. So it probably is. So we're going to do Turtle. And yeah, decisive victory, but we lost half of our fleet. So we're in bad shape. In fact, we're going to get out of here. We need to regroup. Oh, Horatio. So he's able to build enough ships here, and they're higher quality ships, to put us on defensive. Oh, we get a Lumeris population bonus. I wonder what that is. Oh, good. The Lumeris are also pacifists, believe it or not. Just like the Unfallens. They're going to improve our dust and our pacifistic traits, which is great, because the election's coming up. Alright, we're just going to guerrilla it once more. And we lost, but again, we still have a few tanks left. And the quest has been failed. So what does that mean? It doesn't say. In 20 turns, make sure you own the trade company producing the most dust in the galaxy. I doubt it will be us. It'll probably be the Riftborn. And that's our only quest currently. We've beaten, not defeated, but we've beaten our faction quest. Alright, let's take out these Cravers. Power to shields. Alright, at least we're still winning here. Alright, let's get our vine ships in place. And let's start vining. How long is it going to take? 4 turns, that's not bad. Okay, we're here on Kuma, and our big fleet has arrived. So what kind of manpower are we looking at here? This fleet's at 77%, and this fleet's at 56%. So that fleet wasn't able to fully... Our new fleet wasn't able to fully set up their manpower, but that's alright. How much are we hurting them by? 34. Oh, okay. So just in a couple turns. I mean, they're down to 411. We've got them kind of on the run. In fact, I might want to try just to invade. To keep... Because the more turns we wait, the more damage they do to the planet. And we've shown that as long as we do guerrilla warfare, it takes them a while to take us out. Turtle? This is our only advanced fleet, though. That's the part that makes me nervous. But the manpower is not absolutely necessary. You know, actually, I think that it is, though. Like, I think that the percentage of manpower you have on your ship influences how well your ship does in combat in general. Do I want to risk this? I don't... We have tons more tanks, but half as much infantry. Alright, guerrilla. Let's see what happens. It was a draw. But that's better than a loss, and we took out their drone networks. Wow, they did protect system, huh? So we have a lot more manpower. And a lot more armor. Yeah, we'll just keep this up. It's slow going, but we should be alright. Gaining amoebas and Lumeris. Lunabarxis. Alright, what can I get from you? Happiness. Where you are, people are pretty happy, though. What's food? Get that manpower up. Okay. Oak. We now have a colonized lava planet. So we could get rid of the aurora waves. But I don't know why we'd want to do that, because it makes people happy. It does lower science, but just a little bit. So I think I'm going to leave it. Now, it's possible that reducing the aurora waves will keep the happiness bonus, but only get rid of the negative. But still. Alright. You do have the shipyards, but you don't have... What's this? Microwave pipes. +2 per person on planets. That's awesome. Especially for a big populated system like this is going to be someday. But it requires antimatter, which we don't have. Shucks. But we are gaining 10 a turn now. So that's helpful. How much would a... 7 turns? Alright, whatever. Ponderosa Pine. Okay, you're ecstatic. You have a good governor. There's only one type of person here, though, and that's Unfallen, so no point in building that. Production is not incredible. This is such kind of a poor system in general. I mean, we could always chain gang some additional soldiers, but we're doing okay in terms of manpower generation. This would just give us +10 science to 300. It's not going to make a huge difference. We could do the Patriot pills, which will provide about a 80 bonus to manpower. I hope that's manpower generation. What does Big Data Shipyards do exactly? Alright, 40 initial experience. We could just convert the production into dust. Might be helpful. Just for right now, because we have nothing better to do. Although we could build... No, we can't do this because we don't have the antimatter. Shucks, man. So our choices are basically either chain ganging to improve manpower, Patriot pills to improve manpower, or improving dust. Alright, we'll do this right now. We just have to remember it, though, because it's easy to forget that you're doing this, and all of a sudden you have all these new things to build, and you forget all about this particular system. But that's improving our dust by 70. That's not bad. It's not bad. Alright. Maple. We just got predictive logistics. Now we need AI labor. 3 turns, sure. Sounds wonderful. Alder. We just need population here. So farming. Per luxury deposit, we have 1, the Eden Incense. So that'll only give us 10 food, but also a growth of 20%. So that'll be 200, so 20% would be 40. Yeah, it's worth it for 3 turns. This place really sucks. People aren't very happy. Supermarkets, I guess. Alright, now is a strong choice here. We probably should improve our military at this point. Which is, there's two ways we can do that. We can get a better ship. Mantle of Unity. Well, yeah. So we can get a forest class ship. Which is a carrier. Neat. Or we can improve the ships we've already built. Is that the best ship we could build? Huh, I guess so. Huh. So we can improve the ships we already have, but we don't have antimatter. Improved fleet management will give us, I presume, better fleet management, additional manpower, health bonus, beam weapons, titanium electroplating, armor. That does sound useful. Advanced game theory, that's all beams, missiles, and so tensor algorithms would give us better weapons. Better shielding. Battlefield analysis. There are a lot of battle tactics, holy moly. 20% truth health on Empire, that's pretty good. Unlocks privateers. A better version of the data shipyards. Airplanes for ground attack. So it's anti-armor, but weak to infantry. Plus 200 manpower deployment. Plus 2 per hull type. That one's pretty good. So much good stuff. And what's down here as far as our economy? We can start colonizing gas giants. Better dust. Better ship buyout and construction buyout. That might be very useful to us, actually. And it's much easier to research, so we'll do that. What does this do for us? Resource generation? Eh. Gas giants. Relatively cheap. We'll go with that next. Alright. These guys. Oh boy. Oh shoot, this guy's going there, aren't they? Let's see if we can get them to go back. Alright, wow. I'm gonna try to keep the pacifists going. We only have official support. We don't have any kind of dirty tricks. Oh boy, the militarists are completely dominating the elections. Okay, well. The pacifists are still potent, but they've lost some of their power. The militarists are entrenched, and the industrialists have actually made it in. So now Thrustrellan is in. I haven't been giving him the manpower bonus. Oh well. So we lost the law jingoist joy bill has been activated. That makes our people happier depending on how many wars we're in, which actually is okay for right now. Xanados. We'll continue our guerrilla warfare. And again, we're hanging on. Kuma, guerrilla warfare. And we're finally actually turning it around here. We had a minor victory. Okay, so we lost one of our bills. We lost the one... I forget which one we lost. Oh, the FIDS bonus increase because of truces and peace. Dang. Alright, Acacia. Wow, there's tons of stuff we have to build here. They're sciencey planets, so let's specialize them in that. And then public, private. Actually, maybe not, because that only helps fertile and temperate, of which they are not. I mean, it will give us plus 10 each just for being planets. 80, 90. This improves the pacifists. No luxury deposits, though. We'll do that. Alright, cool. We just got our buyout improvement. Yeah, and we lost the prosperity through peace and performance. Yep. Orichalcix has increased in price. Alright, they're kind of hanging out at our nebula. That's fine. They can't take it, so they can do whatever they want. And we're just going to have to protect Ponderosa Pine, I guess. Yeah, we were starting out so strong. Alright, what are the Calgaros going to do for us? An increase to the religious party. Well, whatever. Anything to keep the militarists out. Huh. Alright, gorilla. Holy moly! We won! Of course, we've destroyed the whole planet. Alright, Xanados. Same thing. Yeah, Xanados, we're slowly... Yeah, we just lost it completely. But they did lose a unit of population. So now our fleet is here with no manpower. But Kuma belongs to us. So let's send the transient embers over there. Alright, Kuma, welcome to the team. We'll put the drone networks back. And partially depleted. Let's get the Cravers out of here. Hey, Mavros, we're gonna get rid of your oppressors. And we're going to depart to Maple, where they will hopefully disappear forever. Alright. Alright, Thrustrellan. It's not so much capacity we need, though, it's just refill potential. Ah, Dominic, our militarist. Plus 10 per hot, plus 10 per system, plus 10 per sterile, plus 10 per system. They kind of work together. 20% manpower capacity. Again, it's not capacity that we need. 20% refill rate, though, that sounds pretty good. But he's not in a fleet, though. Alright, Cherry. What are we doing in Cherry? Cherry's a sciencey place. They're not super happy. We could make them happy with supermarkets. It's a good way to go. Oh, now we have pulvis processing, which will give us extra dust. And that we need that built, unfortunately, to have the buyout reduction. So we need to build that in some of our ship-producing places. Neither of these places have anomalies, unfortunately. I wonder if they're just going to be partially depleted forever. For population type, we only have one. +4 food. Alright. And mahogany. We do have a guardian. Luxury deposits. We do not have any though. So this would only be 1 dust per person, in which case that's, in this case, that's 8 dust at a maintenance cost of no maintenance cost. Well, 8 extra dust, I mean. For 5, ooh, not for 5 turns though. We just need better production here. Let's upgrade it to level 2, and then we'll upgrade it to level 3, and then we'll have more production, because it's per person. And we are, by the time we're done with that, we'll have gained another population point too. Alright. So that's our situation. And I don't trust the Lumeris. Eventually they're going to declare war on us again. We appear to be weak. How are our allies doing? Are you coming to help us at all? Slowly. Oh, there's Way. But again, we can't take that because we can only do 1 system at a time. I'm going to gamble here. I'm going to go to Esh and try to grab it from them when it only has 1 population point. Let's do Gorilla. And it was a good gamble. Esh now belongs to us. And they're creating an outpost on Gikra, but I don't particularly care. Actually, Esh doesn't belong to us. Dang. Okay, so it only belongs to us if it's adjacent to a Envine system. Otherwise, we simply just destroy the outpost. Well, we'll have to go back. We're, can't be that many turns. 2 turns from Gikra becoming ours, so that's okay. Let's combine these 2 fleets. And repair and upgrade. Yep. Why is this one not being repaired? Oh, Koisil. How did I not notice Koisil wasn't producing anything? We don't even have AI labor here yet? Alright, we'll get that. And then... I guess we already upgraded to a level 3. We did. Okay. So microwave pipes? No, it takes too long. Ships. Alright. I look forward to a time when the militarists will not be dominating our entire society. Possess 2 new watery planets to improve the supply chain. As the Lumerian population of your empire increases, so does the demand for goods from Genis, the Lumerian home planet. Lumerian trading companies all over your empire are scrabbling to get their hands on stock of a certain type of seaweed-derived spice, the price of which has skyrocketed. So colonize additional water planets, Ocean, Toxic, and Atoll. I don't know if this is kind of a late quest. I mean, there's not that many colonizable planets out there. Alright, Maple. AI labor. What will we get from the Dust Giant? Negative 10 happiness, but we would get some additional science. And a ton of dust, apparently. People here are ecstatic. And the population is full. Alright. Let's just upgrade it, and then this place will be ready to go. We want big data shipyards, definitely. Cool. Apple. Also happy. Barren snow. But it's not really a production center, is it? We should colonize the toxic planet. Just because our population's getting up there. So we have Lumeris and us. A little bit more Lumeris. What's a good specialization for Baron? Nothing yet, but we'll do science because it's cold. We'll do science because it's cold here. Temperate steppes. Anything's really fine here. We'll do some food. Alright. That's apple. Mahogany has been updated. To level 2, but not level 3. Let's keep level 3 too. Alright, back to technology. So we've done all this. That'll convert production to science. Defense module. Alright, I guess we want titanium electroplating. Antimatter. Basic unstable slugs. That seems pretty good. The manpower increase from here seems pretty good too, though. Extreme composites. Makes your thorns a bit better. Well, we're not really using thorns that much anymore anyway. Interspecies HR. Why do you recommend this? Oh, I guess it makes people happy. Well, yeah, that's good. Repair fleet after battle. Shield reloading each phase. I'm just looking, if you'll notice, I'm just looking at this particular circle because everything in here is relatively easy to research, whereas these things take a little bit longer. Movement bonus, that would be nice, but not absolutely necessary. I love how improved fleet management doesn't actually do anything to improve the management of your fleets. It just gives you a better laser and a little bit of extra manpower if you use that particular support thing. Alright, so we're here at Xanados with our improved fleet. That should help us. Yeah, they have full manpower, so that'll help out a little bit. Meanwhile, Kuma's still being protected. Alright, Gikra belongs to us now. By the way, I checked that, and we are not close to achieving economic victory. It says that, but we're like 20% of the way there. Alright, cool. So we all out of Gravers? Yep, there's none here. My ethnic cleansing worked. None here. There are 2 left here. Okay. And we'll send them to Maple, just like the other ones. Oh, actually, wait, we're colonizing the gas giant. Well, Birch. Alright, excellent. Excellent. Alright, so we have this one colonized. We can move 2 over there. Almost depleted. This planet will soon be depleted due to overexploitation. Does it tell me, though, like, what the depletion... No. I was going to say, I wish it would give me, like, a percentage of depletion. Oh, whatever. So once that's done, we'll get our level 3 modernization for extra production. Alright, Cedar has a fleet ready to go. Excellent. Ooh, what's this? Expanded mines. +2 resource generation on strategic deposit resources. Not useful here. Miners Union. No, that's strategic. Like, why? I want luxury deposit bonuses, not strategic. We'll get this modernized. And more ships. We need some ships. So light ship, fire ship. Alder. Okay, Alder's problem is we just simply don't have any population. Let's start getting this antimatter. We'll improve this one to level 3. Why not? Alright, vacuum protection. Great. Alright. Good. And Gikra. Like I said, Gikra belongs to us. So let's get that started. Let's do the huge Terran first. And we have a Guardian. Though I'm yet to be able to unlock them. Alright, cool. So everything here is colonizable, but I don't want to colonize it yet. Almost depleted. Ah, but it's fully depleted. It produces only a fraction of its original income. And there's no way to fix that. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. The only thing it even remotely does well is food. Everything else has been completely destroyed. Oh well, at least they didn't get to all the other planets. They just got to the one. Let's just give it a little bit of everything. Alright, cool. Let's get it up on its feet relatively quickly. And so I guess now we'll move everyone to Ash and try to do the same thing there. The Cravers haven't really shown that they're able to conquer planets, so I'm not too terribly worried about the state of affairs in Gikra. Alright, we're going to turtle up. Excellent. Alright, so Kuma is solidly ours. Xanados is getting there. I wonder, will the invasion continue next turn? No, we're just blockading it. So we could resume the invasion. Gorilla. And a victory, albeit minor. So Xanados should fall to us pretty soon as well. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, well, we were able to capture Kuma. We might be able to be capturing Xanados. We have Gikra, although the best planet there has been completely depleted, which is the trouble you face when you're fighting with the Cravers. Horatio is currently winning the battle here, but we have fleets on the way, including this fleet in Cedar, that next episode we're going to bring into the fray and see what they could do. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Marcus Aurelius. This is Endless Space 2 by Amplitude Studios. I'd like to thank you very much for watching. Have a good one.